first kiss, the proposal on bended knee, and then that first dance at your wedding in front of all of your family and friends. It is the magical moment that every just married couple wants. But nothing was going to get the husband you're about to meet up on the dance floor. No, he didn't have two left feet. He was in a wheelchair. So how did he get his old moves back? Well, with the love of a good woman and a dance teacher whose motto was, when life hands you wheels, just learn how to dance in them. Do the hustle. Here's Jay Shadler.
For the first time anywhere as husband and wife, let's welcome the new Mr. and Mrs. Matthew and Elaine Castelluccio!
At their wedding, the Castelluccios didn't just take the floor for their first dance, they came right up through it. But wait. To appreciate the magic of this moment, you must know something of the misery that came before.
Waited 26 years to get my motorcycle. In 6 months, I was paralyzed.
May 17, 2003. Matt takes a ride on his brand new motorcycle to a store just 2 miles from his home. Suddenly, a car pulls out in front of him.
My bike actually threw me over the handlebars, broke my neck, and my lower body hit his wheel well and shattered my lower spine.
In the ambulance, his lungs collapse. And at the hospital, they bring in a priest.
My organs, everything was shutting down on me. And I just remember that overwhelming guilt. My mother and father saying, should never have gotten it. So all I kept mouthing, because I couldn't talk, was, I'm sorry.
Oh, God. Despite his injuries, Matt survived. But at 26, he was a paraplegic, living at home with his parents and abandoning old dreams.
I watched my friends all around me getting married, having family. I just kind of accepted. This is just not going to happen.
But the spirit which helped him push back death now propelled him to conquer his disability. Soon he was hand cycling and playing wheelchair sports, which in turn brought him to the attention of the young director of adaptive sports at Helen Hayes Hospital outside New York City.
You just get a vibe from somebody, and I have great intuition. And I was like, this is somebody who's a go-getter. I like his spirit. He's got a lot of spunk. He was very outgoing.
It wasn't long before Elaine and Matt became co-workers with a secret.
You were falling in love.
Yeah. And we got caught a few times outside of work, going to a restaurant, we run into someone we work with, so we had to be quick on our feet, you know?
Quick on the wheels.
Yeah, that's it, quick on the wheels.
But with the idea of marriage gaining traction, a worry.
When I proposed, I had a lot of anxiety about that first dance. I knew how important it is to a bride to have that dance and how, you know, a major focal point of a wedding it is.
And I knew that was going to be an uncomfortable situation for him, so I even threw it out there, we don't have to do a wedding dance.
I didn't like that. I knew that would have been disappointing to her, and that was not what I wanted.
I want you to feel the rhythm of the dance, okay? Get that step going.
Enter John Niemczek.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
A legendary dance instructor who once wrote the handbook on the hustle, and who now also teaches wheelchair dancing with his partner, Diane DeCepolo.
Eye contact. Eye contact.
There's a real beauty to the wheels about this. It is elegant, actually, isn't it?
Yeah.
And what we want to teach people is that they create their musicality with their wheels as we do with our legs.
There's a heartbeat to every music. In the wheelchair, I want people to actually feel it.
Wheelchair dancing is already a recognized sport in Europe, with thousands of athletes participating in competitions and events.
We recognize that everybody's abilities and disabilities are going to vary widely. Some people will not be able to use an arm, but they can still create musicality even in just their presence, and that's very powerful.
1, 2, 3.
Of course, Matt and Elaine were not interested in competition. They just wanted John to teach them to dance together and maybe give their wedding guests a little surprise.
I figured, okay, I'm going to do something really small, very basic, and, you know, just very light, so I figured waltz, right? Well.
It's not our personality. We constantly are like the jokers, the people who fool around and outgoing in the group. So slow and sappy is definitely not our relationship. So our dance shouldn't be what...
Sure. They bring in their music, right? And the music is a hot samba. Blew me right out of the water.
And then they turned their Say Hey Samba sassy.
There was a couple of modifications to the original dance that I wasn't comfortable with, but...
He didn't like the shimmies.
I'm not a shimmy.
He didn't think that was a macho enough move, so we changed the shimmy to the sprinkler.
To the sprinkler, that's what they call that.
Castellucci.
I love that. Do the sprinkler. What's the sprinkler? That is tremendous.
Whatever the music, the wheelchair partners at John's studio are getting a workout worthy of the best physical therapist. Harder to measure, but deeply real, are the emotional benefits. Take Kathy, for instance.
I think it's a little bit of a surprise to her that she's back on the dance floor.
There you go.
And I think the smile tells it all.
Kathy used to dance in New York City before muscular dystrophy stole her legs, but not her spirit.
Is it hard on you? Do you feel exhausted?
It's something that I really gotta practice.
Nothing moves me more than seeing what this young woman has said. It's better than any trophy I've ever won. To bring the joy back through movement and music.
Then your love will hold you round, round, round.
Matt and Elaine have already begun to help John with these wheelchair workshops. And if our visit was any indication, a reprise of their wedding dance is always one of the high notes of the day.
He knows how to lead me now, and that speaks a lot for his self-esteem. And I like that. I like to be led. And John gave that to both of us again.
It's the only moment in life that I have control in our relationship.
That's true.
And so we return to their wedding day, where even that grand entrance couldn't upstage their first samba. The musical key to a great marriage? Keep dancing.
This one goes out to you and yours. Worldwide, I say, hey, I'll be gone today, but I'll be back from around the way. Seems like everywhere I go, the more I see, the less I know. But I know one thing, that I love you. And I know one thing, that I love you.